I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas yesterday. And now it is the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, and WWE is doing yet another live show. It's in Chicago, actually in Rosemont, Illinois, in the Allstate Arena. SmackDown Live is tonight. So, second consecutive show on day after Christmas, Boxing Day. So, again, they don't care much for wrestlers to spend some time with their families. And it's going to be even worse because they're also doing it on New Year's Day. There's going to be a New Year's Day Raw, January 1st, and a New Year's on the second day of the year, January 2nd. So, WWE clearly doesn't really care much for their own wrestlers spending time with their families in the holidays. So, this show is, I don't know. I don't have much expectations for the show. I was not impressed with Raw last night, so hopefully it's a better show than Raw. Because I thought Raw would be really good because it was a Christmas special. I did not like Raw at all. I thought it was a bad show. So we'll see what they have at SmackDown. Daniel Bryan is out. He gets a big pop. I'm sure they're probably going to chant CM Punk. Whenever Daniel Bryan's in Chicago, they chant CM Punk. So he's talking a lot about Dolph Ziggler, and the focus is Dolph Ziggler. It's terrible. Nobody gives a shit about Dolph Ziggler. And as expected, he announces a new United States title tournament, which is going to be cool. He announces, so here are the matches. He's going to announce, I guess, several matches. So Baron Corbin's going to face Bobby Roode. That's one of the matches. So, both the guys who are in a triple threat. I'm afraid Corbin's going to get the main title push. So Gable and Benjamin come out and they want a tag title match. Then Aiden English and Rusev came and they got a huge pop. It was crazy. They were massively over. English and Rusev are very over. I haven't been paying too much attention, but those guys are massively over. It surprised me how big of stars they are right now. And Rusev is like, that whole Rusev Day is very over. They talk about Rusev Day, and then the New Day comes out, and to me the New Day has run its course. That act is over. It's run its course. It was entertaining, but I think it's over. They kind of took the air out of the segment. Aiden English and Rusev have so much momentum right now. I think them and the Usos should be the rivalry. Not like Gable and Benjamin. They're starting to get some momentum too, but New Day, man, I was like, you're really entertaining 2 years ago. Kind of belong in the early part of 2016. That's where the New Day was really entertaining. Now it's run its course. So we're going to get a triple threat tag team match. Winner gets a number one contender shot. I don't know if it's at the Royal Rumble or the next night or next week on SmackDown on the 2nd of January. But number one contenders match. Match was really good. So Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin get the match. It's going to be next week. They announced next week. That's interesting. So maybe we see a new title change. I don't expect it, but it is going to be the first SmackDown of 2018. Maybe they do it. This is the final SmackDown of 2017, obviously. So it's possible they want to start with a cliffhanger and do something big to, boost up the new year. We will see, but I'm excited for that. That'll be a good match for sure. So Daniel Bryan's backstage with Shane McMahon, and they were going back and forth, and they continues to tease tension. I don't know. I really don't want to see this match. I really don't. If this is Daniel Bryan, I mean, it'd be great to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring, but come on, a bigger match than Shane McMahon. I'm so sick of Shane McMahon getting these opportunities. It's so obvious. We all know what it is. It's funny. If this was Stephanie, who I don't like at all, who I find extremely nauseating, I know everyone would be at her throat, but Shane, I think, kind of gets a free pass. And even though he's a much more likable character, it's like, stop putting him in all these storylines because he's a McMahon. It's like, I mean, that dive at the Hell in a Cell, both of them were really good. But now it's like, just get out of here, man. So yeah, that was heated tension between the two. So we see the Fashion Files, and they're doing this stuff with the Ascension. One thing I've noticed, one of the Ascensions lost all his physique. I think it's Connor. Victor was never big. Connor's lost his whole physique. I don't know. Anyone pay attention to that? He's flattened. It's like someone put a needle in there, and not the needle that you inject steroids with, or a syringe, like a needle, and popped everything. It's crazy. I don't know. Maybe he knows he's getting released because these guys should be released. They should have been released back when they started releasing people earlier in the year. These guys don't belong here. So it's Breezango against the Bludgeon Brothers. One thing I don't like, the Bludgeon Brothers have these two giant sledgehammers. Why don't they ever use them? It sucks. They're so cool, these sledgehammers. They're starting to work. I think they're starting to get over, but they never get to use their hammers. What's the point of the hammers when they don't even use them? So Ascension challenges the Bludgeon Brothers to a match next week. I don't know. What was the match? Actually ended in disqualification. I think I said the Bludgeon Brothers won in disqualification. The Ascension they got involved. I guess it's going to be the Ascension and the Bludgeon Brothers. I guess it's just a match for the Bludgeon Brothers to destroy. So Naomi is facing Ruby Riott next. They had Ruby Riott squash Naomi. I was surprised. That was a quick match. They had it be a squash, and I hate the aftermath. So Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan, the Riott Squad. Both the Riott Squad and Absolution suck. They both got big wins to last 2 nights. Absolution won the 6-woman tag. Ruby Riott crushed Naomi, but both these groups absolutely suck. I hate them both. I want them to both go away. It was kind of cool when they first debuted, but I think the problem was Absolution came, then Riott Squad was the exact same thing, came the day after. It's just awful. Everyone talks about that Spider-Man meme when, he sees another version of himself, and he's saying, what the hell? That's what these two gimmicks are. Both of them suck. And Riott Squad's a lot worse than Absolution, but I hate them both. I really don't want to see these two groups anymore. And it makes it even worse. After the match, they beat up Naomi more. Charlotte comes out for the save. They beat the shit out of Charlotte. They just squashed Charlotte. I'm thinking, Carmella's cashing in. Last SmackDown of the year, memorable, Carmella cashes in. After they kick Charlotte's ass, they just leave her. And then what happens is you have Carmella, Lana, Tamina, and Natalya. 4 least over women in the whole company. Tamina sucks. Lana's doing nothing. She's entertaining on Total Divas, I guess, but she's doing nothing. And Carmella is doing nothing. And Natalya's finished. She should retire. They come and they attack the Riott Squad. They bitch out the Riott Squad. I was thinking, they're gonna team up. It's gonna be a 7-woman team, like an NWO takeover or something. But no, they beat them up, and the Riott Squads get bitched out. That was terrible. So Renee Young, she's interviewing AJ Styles. Renee looks great, by the way. He talks about the year in 2017. He's been superstar of the year in my opinion. Even though they do the Slammies, it'd be cool if they did the Slammies. I actually kind of like them. They don't do them, but he's definitely probably been the wrestler of the year. Him or Braun. Braun. He's been the best wrestler, but I think Braun might have been the most entertaining of the year in WWE. And he's kind of a good promo on Kevin Owens. It's him and KO in the main event, and they had a feud throughout the year. They had a lot of disappointing matches. I don't want to see. I think for the last SmackDown of the year, it's been one of the lowlights of SmackDown. One of the most disappointing parts of SmackDown was those two, the two of them having a rivalry. It just didn't click. It sucked. Every match was disappointing, and I don't care to see them anymore. So up next, the first round tournament, the first match in the tournament, Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin for number 1 contender, the U.S. title, quarterfinals. Bobby Roode gets the win. I don't care to see this. I'm afraid Corbin's going to get a title shot. I'm afraid instead of AJ Nakamura, Corbin wins the title at the Rumble. It's like Corbin and Cena or something at WrestleMania. I have a bad feeling that's what's going to happen. You can never trust Vince. I'm afraid Corbin's winning the title. He's going right for the main Raw title next. He's going for the WWE title. I'm afraid. One thing I'm worried about is Corbin winning the main title. And then Mahal goes for the U.S. title. So for a lot of part of the year, Corbin was the U.S. champ and Mahal was the WWE champ. I'm afraid they're going to switch it and put both the shitty heels as champions. The two worst guys in the whole company, in my opinion. Both those guys fucking suck. That's why SmackDown went down. It's because those two are your two main champions. That was the death of SmackDown. That's what killed the show. It's who was getting pushed. To put the money in bank on Carmella, flop. Natalya didn't need to be champion. Naomi didn't do much. Just SmackDown's had a bad year. 2016 was a great year for SmackDown. 2017 was a step back and a very disappointing year in my opinion. And I'd say it's been bad for most of the year. SmackDown has definitely taken a step down. So up next, Ty Dillinger and Jinder Mahal, another quarterfinal match. Wonder who's winning here. Mahal wins. So here's my prediction. It's Jinder Mahal, John Cena for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. That's how I see it going. I think Mahal loses the belt to Cena at WrestleMania. He'll do some stuff. He'll disrespect the United States, disrespect the flag, disrespect, America. Talk bad about the United States. Cena comes, the American hero, the patriot. They have a match at WrestleMania for the U.S. title, and Cena wins. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. So you had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the back. They're walking around with champagne. They're talking a lot about Daniel Bryan, and it was a fine promo. So then you have Renee Young. She's with Randy Orton. He's talking about the match, and he announces he's going to be in the Royal Rumble match, and then Nakamura says he's also going to be in the Royal Rumble match. I guess those two are new best friends, Orton and Nakamura. And Orton does not want to be there. You can see Randy Orton's his facial expressions. That guy does not give a shit. He hasn't cared in many years. He does not want to be in the WWE anymore. I've never seen a guy care less more than him. And it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, it's just, guy just does not care whatsoever. And it's unfortunate. Nakamura, I'm afraid, I don't think he's winning the Rumble. I saw a report from Slice Wrestling. If you know him, that guy's always right. Saying Jinder Mahal, Shinsuke Nakamura and John Cena are the two main people considered for the Royal Rumble. I think it's going to be Cena, but hopefully it's Nakamura. Please don't let it be Roman Reigns. I don't think it'll be Reigns. Reigns will win the Elimination Chamber because that's a Raw pay-per-view. I don't think Brock's wrestling that from what I hear. So I guess it'll be Cena or Nakamura, and hopefully it's Nakamura. Main event, AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. Non-title match, by the way. So Sami Zayn was interfering heavily in this match. Shane McMahon comes out, and the match was okay. And he gets mad. He demands Sami Zayn gets interfered. But then AJ Styles gets distracted. And what he does is him and Kevin Owens, it was kind of a clean finish, though. Owens wins with a distraction roll up like a cradle, inside cradle. Owens wins. So Owens wins the last match in WWE of the year 2017 with the win over AJ. And I'm thinking to myself, they didn't really. It wasn't a clean win, but I don't know. They have to. I hate when they beat the main champion on TV, but it was what it was. Maybe this sets up AJ and KO next week on SmackDown. Hopefully not at the Rumble, but Kevin Owens wins, and then they end the show with basically a stare off with AJ and Shane. They tease. Hopefully we'll see another match, and then Owens and Zayn are having a celebration. They're celebrating because it's Boxing Day. And SmackDown, it was okay. It was a better show than Raw, but the final SmackDown of the year ends in a disappointing year. Since this brand split, SmackDown had a great first year, and I'd even say in the first few months before the shakeup was when SmackDown went to hell. In my opinion, the show went extremely down, but the first few months, the first year, season 1, I consider season 1 to be the after the draft and before the shakeup, was really good. SmackDown was awesome. It was so much better than Raw. Season 2, after the shakeup till the next shakeup after Mania, it's been really disappointing. So this is last SmackDown. That's 2017, which has been a very disappointing year for SmackDown.